Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Kissy. I'm wanting to share some information with you, but in the moment I'm driving and I also have a cold and I'm coughing a lot. So hopefully I'll get the message through without too much discomfort or disruptions. So what I do want to share with you is this. I had a really wonderful awareness or understanding, if you would. And I guess maybe I can say that that's what the purpose of this channel is. The things that I speak on my channel, I know there's a lot of readers out there, there's a lot of astrologers out there, there's a lot of healers, spiritualists, but we're not in the same regions, and if we are, maybe we don't, whatever the case might be, those folks are not in my, they're not very near me, right? Or I don't have those connections in my space, or people that are at that understanding with me of these things, because it's a small group of individuals I find that find interest in these topics. And what I've realized is that as much as connected as I can be to family members, friends, and associates that I interact with regularly, I can speak what I talk about in this channel with every one of them, but in a limited capacity. Not because they're limited in any way, mostly because their disinterest in the subject isn't what my interest is in it. In other words, they can't relate to it, or maybe because it's very personal. Like astrology and tarot is going very deep into the human psyche, right? And going into what I consider spirituality to be is more of a figuring out what is your true moral compass in life. That's not to me, folks. There was a gentleman in front of me that was not moving and I don't want to honk at him. Oh my gosh, sorry. So I just feel that this channel, I'm so very grateful to have people that hear me and to have a platform where I can express my ideas, where I can express my thoughts, my feelings, my experiences with no limits, because the audience is receptive simply by virtue of it being a one-way conversation in essence, right? But here's what the revelation for me has been, and that I want to share with you. The revelation is that when you, let's say, if I hadn't used this platform to express myself the way I am, I would have been very limited, because I wouldn't have had someone around me to have this conversation with. So I had to get comfortable having this conversation with myself, and so comfortable to the point that I had to befriend myself in essence. So when I put out this conversation to the YouTube world, the internet world, whatever, and then the response comes back, not from any audience member or any comments or any likes or none of that. The response from life that I receive is a confirmation or an answer to that which I just said. So it's like God saying to me, I heard you, I see you, I understand you, I'm the one talking to you, I feel you, I know you, you're all me, I'm all you. Like that feeling of being completely and utterly understood when you know yourself, when you understand your faith, when you understand your purpose, that brings about the confirmation that I guess is necessary for the world to, for your own life to propel forward. It's not the validation of the world in the sense of the material world validations, like what's pretty and what's, luxurious and what's successful and what's all whatever. But the material world reflects to you and responds to you through it the resonance, perhaps, or the recognition, or the validation, or the mirror effect that the soul is recognizes, that it's seen, that it's heard, that it's understood, something that wasn't there before. It was always left unfulfilled. It was always left feeling like a sense of like, damn it, they didn't understand me kind of energy, or why didn't they didn't hear everything I said, or they can't see everything I'm talking about, or they're not feeling me. Whatever sense it is, like there's like, let's say you want to tell a whole story, but someone only has time to hear the first 5 minutes, and then you go to someone else and you tell them the next, maybe even the way you think, or the ending of the story. You'll tell them something, but it's like not one person gets all of it at the same time. And you know what I mean? It feels almost as if we do these things, which is interact with one another in hopes that we're seen, heard, understood, and felt, and all these things, and embraced in a way that it's like, oh wow, you get me and I get you. And it's weird because when you don't have that, you feel like, do I exist? So you kind of need people to feel validated in life. Like, you imagine living in a world where you're just a ghost. Nobody sees you. Nobody hears you. Nobody acknowledges you. Nobody, you know what I mean? You can't. You would never know where you are without that kind of reflection. And I think that's what we need each other for, because it reveals parts of us that we don't know we are. But I don't know if it's maybe an integration process, because what it felt like was disintegrated, in the sense of like I guess that's the best way I could put it. Like, okay, this is the best way. I think women will understand me on this. There was once upon a time, at some point, you had that friend that you would tell everything to. They were like your diary, right? But that person, could do the same with you. And it was like, it's your bestie, your best friend, someone that truly gets you, because you just interact so much with each other. When you lose that in real life, like when you lose a bond, or where you don't have someone to connect with on that level, you could feel like a part of you is lost, or a part of you is missing, or a part of you is unfulfilled, or a part of you is lacking, or whatever it is. And you come to, I think that those things occur to us simply so that we can be, when we become that for ourselves, when it's us becoming whole, it's us taking back our power of everything we are that we projected on others, assuming that the reflection of the other, yes, they're giving us parts of them, but they're reflecting parts of us that we don't take accountability for, or that we don't take responsibility for, or that we don't recognize as ourselves. But once we do, we have so much to work with. We have so much to play with. We have so much to explore. We have so much to develop. We have so much to grow. We have so much to nurture. We have so much to reconsider. And you know what I mean? There's a lot of ability to create with what we have. We have a lifetime to discover things that if you're bored in life today, it's because you're not looking deeper within yourself, truly. And I think I just wanted to put this message out. Hopefully it makes sense, because I know I do get very distracted, and the fact that I'm driving right now makes it very difficult to stay in the flow of the topic and follow through. But either way, the best part is being able to put all the information that comes through, and then allow the receiver, the listener, the person that's meant to hear it, even if it's just myself at some point, that when I do receive it back, when it does come back to me, it validates what I believed. It's like, if you ask, then you will receive. So tell me who I am, and I will show you who you are. That's how life is. When you want to know who you are, life will show you who you are. And sometimes it will show you things about you that you may not be too keen on knowing. In other words, you might find things about yourself that surprise you in a good way, in a funny way, but also in ways that are like, holy shit, like, I thought that was that person, and that was me. I can give you a very perfect example, and I guess I was going to do a different audio for that, or a different video for that, but I can put it on here. I'll say it now. So, oh my god, this was horrid. Yesterday, I was driving home, and I didn't want to put gas, because I was like, I'm just gonna go a little further. I'll get it when I'm closer to home, or whatever. Like, I kept procrastinating freaking putting gas in the car. Of course, right when I literally passed the gas station that's by my house, and instead of stopping, instead of actually putting gas, I was like, I guess I'll just go home and I'll do it later. Because I wasn't feeling good. I was like, I just want to go home. I just want to rest. And so I ignored my intuition. And what I ended up doing was driving myself home, which was only like 4 minutes, away from the gas station. And so as I was getting home, right as I was approaching the community, my car starts to stall to the point that I have to put on my emergency lights. And I'm like, fudge, this can't be happening. And then of course I'm like, of course it's happening. It's happening because you were supposed to put gas. So then the freaking engine light turns on and all this other stuff turns on, and I'm like, oh my Jesus. So, but, did I mention? I don't think I mentioned it. I think what I was supposed to mention this was the hilarious part. Okay, so I'm driving home, right? And of course when I'm driving is when I'm having these epiphanic moments. My epiphany moments. And so I'm like, I'm having my conversation with the universe, with God, whatever, however you want to, the big combos that you have with yourself. And then I said, God, can you just, show me what the energy of me is. I dared to say that. I can't believe I did that. I had the audacity to tell myself, to show me myself, and like what the energy of me is, and in essence, what exactly was the sorry, I'm getting distracted. I'm already home. I'm just parked outside. Damn it. Where was I? Oh, yes. So I'm like, all right, God, I want to see what the energy of me is. Like, if I am able to see and read energy, wonderful. Oh, look, I see this energy and I see that energy in the world. But have you ever asked, what is the energy of me? Let's see what happens. because I'll tell you what happens. And I've experienced this through an individual or two in my life. And I'm, in my life, I'm thinking, you would think that this person hex me, juju me, or, try to take me out, or what the hell? What just happened here? And you're going to laugh at me. They're all going to laugh at you. All right. I was like, gosh, show me. As soon as I said that, the first thing I get is this freaking blinding ass light from the sun, all right? Hitting me. And I'm like, all right. I'm liking the energy. So your light is so bright, it's blinding. And I'm like driving, I'm like, woohoo. My light is so bright, it's blinding. But I'm freaking, struggling because I can't see anything in front of me. I'm driving on a freaking highway. And I can't see, and I'm like, I have to like slow down, and I'm like pressing my brakes, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm looking all through the car, and I'm putting all the visors down, whatever the hell, and I'm trying to freaking see. Mind you, I'm wearing these freaking lopsided ass glasses because one side broke. I'm like, don't laugh at me the way I'm laughing right now, my freaking throat hurts. And so I have my glasses on, and they're like lopsided because I told you I broke them. I have an appointment upcoming in January. For anybody that thinks I'm just being lazy, no, it's just they take forever. So, oh my God, why am I talking so damn much? Okay, so, mind you, my kids are upstairs. They're like, where's mom? I wonder where mom is. Mom is still sitting in the damn car. All right, back to the story. Look at that, 11:22. That's not the actual time, but that's the time on my car. Okay, so I'm like, all right, so I see the beaming lights, but I see the positive, right? So I'm like, okay, good energy, right? Big bright lights. I'm like, all right, I like that. But then I see, well, distracting too, like dangerous, like it's blinding lights. Like you don't want to fucking be blind. Like even as bright as it is, if you're freaking blind, you don't feel very safe in that. Trust me. You don't want to be driving over, you don't even want to drive over 5 miles an hour where you can't see where the hell you're going or what's in front of you or around you. You just don't. Like, you wouldn't want to do that. So, there I was. I was like, okay, I see the positive, I see the negative. Then I saw, what was it? 444. Yes, 444 on the clock. And then I saw 444 on a vehicle. And I'm like, okay, I see stability, I see balance, maybe even stagnation. I was like, okay, I can relatable. So I'm like, check. And I'm just like, all right, I'm liking this little game, universe. Let's keep going. And that's when my intuition kept reminding me, mind you, you need to get gas. You better put some gas. No, but all jokes aside, it felt almost like instant, because I know I'm extending the story, I'm making it very long, but it kind of happened, like the realization of what I had asked, because at first it was like I noticed the light and then I noticed the number, and as I see those things, I'm thinking, oh, okay, it's not a big deal. Like I'm not really seeing anything yet that's like striking of any kind. But all of a sudden, when the freaking car goes boom, and it literally slows down to the point of stopping. It's like I'm not moving. Mind you, I'm in Aries, okay? Chiron's in Aries. There's a lot of healing in Aries right now. And when I saw that car go boom and just stop, I was like, I know Mars. And anybody that's into astrology understands that Mars has a reputation, okay? And, dangerous things occur with Mars and stuff. So we can kind of see it from that angle and be like, all right, we understand that. But this was like in real time, the way this happened, it was bigger than just a car stopping. Mars is action, so here's inaction. Here is a very stubborn, no, I'm not moving. And that is where it kind of hit me. I was like, did I curse myself? Did I curse myself? Do we curse ourselves sometimes? Maybe we do. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I mean, you don't have to call it cursing yourself, but maybe it's just the psychology. I don't even want to go upstairs yet, but I do, but I don't, and I want to keep talking, and I don't want to freaking pause. All right, F it. So when I realized, I was like, I used to be a go-getter, and I used to always be on, and I used to always be go, 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 right? That was my unconscious nature to act like that. And then something happened in my life. You know, shit happens, like the Forrest Gump thing. And you realize, I need to slow down. I need to stop. I need to observe. I need to smell the roses. I need to really think before I take an action. I need to really feel into it. I need to really understand, like, what is this that I'm going through the moment this thing triggers me, or the moment this thing, or the moment I want to go do that thing and this thing happens. All these, like, weird things. But then you change your way, and the way becomes, no, you're not going to budge me. You're not going to move me. You're not going to force me. You're not going to make me. And you stay strong in those boundaries, and you resist the urge to move without your will, consent. So I don't want to move by force. I wanted to move by consent, because I got moved by force. I got shifted out of, you know what I mean, at some point in my life where that wasn't what I wanted to do, and I was kind of like pushed into something. How do I put that? Like, would I move here or there? You know, some decisions you make, you feel that they're not by choice, but it's because your choices have become limited, not because it's like you get pushed into a corner where you don't have options. So you stop accepting those pushes, fighting back and expanding yourself to the point where now you're not moving me. This is my space. Get the fuck out of here if you don't like it, right? Kind of vibe. But that same attitude, it reflected in the vehicle stopping, right? And I was like, oh shit, okay. So it's not a bad thing. I was almost kind of like not happy that it happened, but I didn't like, it didn't play a record in my brain that said, oh my God, why does this always happen? Why do I do this to myself? Or I didn't have this, fuck, now I gotta walk. Oh, that was the other thing, because it left me at the front of the community. I don't live at the front of my community, not to give too much details, but it was quite a walk. And I was in heels, and I was in a suit, and I was not feeling very good. And I was just like, I could have bitched, I could have complained, but I took it like a grown-up. Because why? Because I knew I had to put gas, and I didn't do it because I wanted to procrastinate, because I was like, I'll do it later. I just wanted to keep going. I wanted to keep going, knowing I didn't have it in me to keep going. Pushed myself beyond my limit. And that's how we operate sometimes. So you see what I mean? How it played out in the vehicle and in my experience in real life. So, distraction. Sorry. I think I could leave it at that, right? Did I finish the story though? Oh, I guess I could tell you guys the real story, like everything that happened afterwards. So, I leave the car right at the beginning of the community, like outside the gate, and then I walk home. And I ended up calling an Uber to pick me up, and then to take me to get gas, put it on my car, and then from there I took my car back to the gas station, put gas, and came home. So it was an easy fix, easy solution, but the problem was that I was like, not the problem, excuse me, again, distracted, My bad. The thing was that experience, it made me laugh because the fact that I had to walk, it was like, no, I'm not moving. You got to do it for yourself. You got to move yourself, move your own body. You can't use me. You got to use your own body, your own physicality, not the car, the dependency, instead of, walking, or instead of just being driven everywhere. No, get your ass up and walk. And I'm like, what? Seriously? This is my energy? This is Aries, Mars energy, Pluto, Mars energy. Even the whole, the reason I say that was because it felt like I lost my train of thought, folks. I surely did. And my nose is itchy, and I want to cough, and I want to sneeze, and I can't do this right now. But I will come back later with another message. But I think that was everything. I mean, I got to the conclusion. Excuse me. I got to the conclusion. And I think I completed what I had to say. Oh, I do have so much more I want to talk about. I got it on a totally other different subject. But I'll come back after this shortly. Take care.